Hello everyone, welcome back to wpDataTables tutorials. As you may know, wpDataTables has been able to create a table linked to an existing JSON file for a while now. Starting from version 5.0, you can now create a table from a nested JSON file. In simple terms, you can use any API as a source for your table. You might be wondering why you should do this. Well, for example, you can track live scores without having to manually edit the table, or display live weather forecast information on your site. The options are endless, you just need to figure out what you need. In this tutorial, we will provide an example of how you can use an API to create a table, and use it on your website. Let's get started. To create a table using the wpDataTables plugin, choose the option to create a table on the dashboard or in the menu. It doesn't matter which option you choose, as the process is the same. Then select the option to create a data table linked to an existing data source. Click Next, and then select the input data source type as Nested JSON. From there, you will see the option to input the JSON URL. You can try an example from our documentation page. It's free, so don't worry. It contains information about Star Wars characters and more. Feel free to try it out. Now, let's create an example of how you can track live weather forecast using an API. This is just one example, but you can find many more by searching for public APIs on Google. The first link usually provides a lot of examples in different niches. As mentioned before, we will create an example using weather forecast. At the end of the page, you can find the weather section. Click on it, and you will find numerous examples. For this video, we will use an API that does not require authentication. In later videos, we will provide an example that includes authentication as well. Let's try the Weather API. When you click on it, you will see a lot of information that might be useful if you have technical knowledge. But if you don't worry. You already have an example that you can simply copy and paste into your table. You will see two examples, but we will use the second one and enter the name in the city ourselves. After pasting, you will see a part where it says city. Delete this and enter the name of the city you want. For example, if you're from Italy, you can enter Milan or Rome. In this example, we will use Boston. After entering the desired city name, click on Get JSON Route. You will receive a notification in the top right corner indicating whether it was successful or not. If you receive a different notification, like an error, check the spelling or if the API is active. Also, keep in mind that public APIs usually have a limited number of requests per day. If you exceed this limit, it will not work for a certain period of time. The API owner determines the number of requests you can make. Now, let's go back to creating the table. If the previous step was successful, you need to choose the JSON route, and the final step is to save changes. If desired, you can modify the table according to your preferences. Change the table skin, or set the filtering to show only the temperature of the current day, and much more. After that, if you're not familiar, copy the shortcode of the page or post and publish it. You can then check your table on the front end. This is just the tip of the iceberg in terms of possibilities. But in later videos, we will show you how to make the most of them. Thanks for watching.